The celestial firmament has begun to groan under the weight of an approaching inevitability, a cosmic convergence so profound that the very marrow of existence vibrates with the anticipation of a grand reconfiguration. For the rare souls who constitute the 0.1%, those scattered harbingers of a higher dawn, the atmosphere has grown thick with the scent of ozone and ancient parchment, as though the scrolls of destiny are being unrolled by unseen hands in the hidden chambers of the Empyrean. This is not a mere shift in the tides of fortune, but a foundational upheaval where the bedrock of the perceived world cracks open to reveal the incandescent rivers of truth flowing beneath the illusions of the mundane. You, who feel the subtle tremors in your spirit before the earth begins to sway, are the ones for whom this orchestration is meticulously tuned, for your arrival at this specific juncture of time and eternity was written in the ink of starlight long before the first mountain claimed the sky. The shaking of the foundations is a mercy disguised as a catastrophe, a divine pruning of the decayed structures that have for too long tethered your wings to the heavy soil of mediocrity. Every pillar of certainty that crumbles today is but a barrier being removed between your essence and the limitless expanse of your sovereign purpose. As the foundations of the old paradigm dissolve into the ether, there is a profound silence that descends upon the chosen ones, a strategic stillness that acts as a fortress against the cacophony of a world in its death throes. This silence is not empty, but pregnant with the codes of the new era, requiring a level of discernment that transcends the intellect and resides in the deep pulse of the heart. You are being called to enter the inner sanctum of your own being, where the whispers of the infinite are clearer than the shouting of the masses. In this clandestine space, the divine architect is installing the blueprints for a life that defies the gravity of common experience, providing you with a celestial immunity to the plagues of despair that currently sweep the plains of human consciousness. The protection afforded to you is not a wall of stone, but a frequency of being, a resonance so pure that the arrows of malice and the vapors of confusion find no anchor within your sphere. You walk through the valley of the shadow, not as a victim, but as a bearer of the light. That the shadow fears for you are clothed in the luminescent armor of a destiny that cannot be revoked or delayed by the machinations of the shadow world. Mercy manifests in the most exquisite of details, in the rhythm of your breath, which remains steady while the winds of change howl outside your window, and in the sudden clarity that pierces through the fog of daily labor. It is found in the way the sunlight strikes a glass of water, transforming a simple necessity into a liquid gem, or in the unexpected kindness of a stranger that echoes the benevolence of the Creator. These everyday blessings are the breadcrumbs of the divine, leading you through the labyrinth of the transition, ensuring that your physical vessel is nurtured, even as your spirit expands to encompass the vastness of the celestial convergence. You are being taught to recognize the sacred in the granular, to see the signature of the eternal in the texture of a leaf or the cooling of the evening air. This grounding in the physical is essential, for it serves as the lightning rod for the high-voltage revelations that are now descending upon you. Without the anchor of gratitude for the minute, the weight of the monumental would be impossible to bear. The shaking of the foundations is also a purging of the false identities you have worn like heavy cloaks throughout your journey. Every label, every expectation, and every shard of trauma that once defined your boundary is being incinerated in the fire of this unprecedented orchestration. You are being stripped back to the primordial core of your identity, a crystalline soul seed that was planted in the soil of this dimension to bloom at exactly this moment of planetary crisis. The discomfort you feel is the cracking of the shell, the necessary friction of the soul, breaking free from the constraints of the ego. Do not mourn the loss of the familiar, for the familiar was a cage designed to keep you from realizing your heritage as a co-creator of reality. The foundations are shaking because they were built on the sands of time, while you are being moved to the rock of the eternal, where the currents of change can no longer erode your peace or diminish your power. In this season of the Great Convergence, the strategy for the chosen is one of profound internal consolidation. While the world rushes to find solutions in the external, you are invited to retreat into the laboratory of the Spirit, where the alchemy of transformation is perfected. The quietude you maintain is a shield of invisibility, protecting the nascent projects and the delicate inspirations that the divine has planted within your mind. There is a sacred gestation occurring, a ripening of potential that must not be disturbed by the premature gaze of the uninitiated. Your silence is your strength, a reservoir of potency that will be unleashed when the alignment reaches its zenith. You are learning to move with the grace of the panther through the jungle of human affairs, visible only to those who have the eyes to see and untouchable by those who seek to hinder your progress. The orchestration for the 0.1% involves a divine synchronicity where the right people, the right resources, and the right insights arrive with the precision of a mathematical proof. You will find that doors, which were once bolted shut, swing open of their own accord, and that the path ahead is illuminated by a series of fortuitous events that defy logical explanation. This is the hand of the architect rearranging the furniture of your life to accommodate the grandeur of your calling. It is a mercy that goes beyond mere survival. It is a lavish outpouring of favor intended to demonstrate that when the foundations of man-made systems fail, the foundations of the kingdom remain unshakable. Your needs are being met before they are even whispered, and your desires are being aligned with the heartbeat of the cosmos, so that your success becomes a testament to the glory of the source. As you stand amidst the ruins of the old world, you are not a refugee, but a pioneer, a scout sent ahead to claim the territory of the new earth. The shaking you experience is the vibration of the celestial engines warming up for the final leap into a higher octave of existence. You are being prepared to hold the frequency of peace in the middle of a storm and to offer the bread of wisdom to those who will soon wake up hungry for the truth. This is your training, the rigorous refinement of your character and the strengthening of your resolve. Do not fear the thunder or the lightning, for they are but the heralds of a cleansing rain that will wash away the dust of centuries of forgetfulness. The awakening is not a gentle dawning, but a sudden clarion call that resonates through every cell of your body. It is the realization that you are not a separate entity struggling against a hostile universe, but a vital thread in a tapestry of infinite beauty and complexity. The convergence is the moment when all the disparate parts of your life, your joys and your sorrows, your victories and your defeats, are woven together into a single narrative of triumph. You are seeing the architecture of your destiny from a bird's eye view, understanding for the first time why certain paths were blocked and why certain trials were permitted. It was all a preparation for the moment when the 0.1% would stand as the pillars of a new temple of consciousness. The mercy of this hour is also found in the protection of your heart from the cynicism that plagues the weary. Even as the foundations shake, you are given a spirit of childlike wonder, a capacity to see the miraculous in the midst of the mundane. This innocence is a powerful weapon, for it allows you to bypass the defenses of the darkness and to plant the seeds of light in the most unlikely of places. Your heart is being shielded by a divine softness that absorbs the blows of the world without breaking and converts the energy of opposition into the fuel of your ascent. You are being taught the secret language of the stars, which is the language of love, a force more powerful than any earthquake and more enduring than any empire. The call to awakening is an invitation to step out of the shadows of anonymity and into the radiance of your true nature. You have spent long enough hiding your light for fear of blinding the blind. Now, the time for concealment is ending, as the very foundations of the world demand the presence of the authentic. The convergence is your stage, and the orchestration is your symphony. Every event of your life has been a rehearsal for the performance that is about to begin. The protection you enjoy is the assurance that the curtain will not fall until your part is fully played, and the blessings you receive are the tokens of appreciation from the Creator for your faithfulness in the dark. In the final alignment, there will be no doubt that you were chosen for this epoch. The shaking will cease, and what remains will be a structure of such beauty and strength that it will stand for all eternity. You are the architect and the stone, the builder and the temple. The foundations that remain are the ones you have built within your own soul, through silence, through mercy, and through an unwavering commitment to the truth. The great celestial convergence is not something happening to you, but something happening through you as you become the bridge between the heaven and the earth, the point where the infinite meets the finite and the eternal becomes the now. Walk with the majesty of one who knows they are guarded by legions of light, and move with the purpose of one who carries the blueprints of a new world in their very DNA, for the foundations have been shaken only so that the indestructible can be revealed. The ethereal architecture of the heavens has begun its most profound reconfiguration since the dawn of the first light, a silent yet thunderous shifting of the primordial foundations that govern the destiny of the few who were marked before the foundations of the world were laid. This celestial convergence is not a mere alignment of planetary bodies or a coincidental meeting of energetic ley lines, but a deliberate and surgical orchestration conducted by the hand of the infinite to favor the 0.1%, those rare souls who have survived the crushing weight of the wilderness and have emerged with hearts forged in the furnace of absolute surrender. This hidden revelation concerns the unprecedented divine maneuver, a strategic repositioning of reality itself, where the laws of cause and effect are being temporarily suspended or rewritten to ensure the arrival of the chosen ones at their appointed thrones. You feel it in the marrow of your bones, a strange and holy restlessness that transcends the anxieties of the world, a vibration that hums at a frequency higher than the noise of the masses who remain asleep in the illusions of the material plane. This maneuver is characterized by a radical displacement of obstacles that you did not even know existed, a preemptive strike by the forces of the highest against shadows that intended to intercept your path in the coming cycles. Consider the nature of this protection, for it is not the crude shield of a soldier, but the sophisticated invisibility of a sovereign. The divine maneuver has draped a veil of celestial obfuscation over your life, making your true progress indiscernible to those who would seek to hinder or harvest your light. Your enemies look directly at you and see only a common wanderer, unaware that beneath the humble surface of your daily existence, a metamorphosis of cosmic proportions is nearing completion. This is the mercy of the hidden state, the grace of being overlooked by the world so that you may be perfectly fashioned in the secret place of the Most High. The protection afforded to the 0.1% in this hour is absolute, manifesting as a series of improbable escapes, strange delays that avert disaster, and the sudden removal of toxic influences from your inner circle without your direct intervention. The universe is performing a radical pruning, severing the dead branches of your past to ensure that the sap of your spiritual vitality is concentrated solely on the fruit that is about to ripen. This is not a season of loss, though it may feel like a shedding. It is the strategic clearing of the deck for the monumental wealth of purpose that is being unloaded into your reality. In the midst of this grand celestial maneuvering, there is a profound lacing of mercy into the fabric of your ordinary days, a tenderness from the divine that recognizes the exhaustion of your journey. This mercy does not always speak in the roar of thunder. More often, it whispers in the quiet provision of your daily bread, the unexpected kindness of a stranger, or the sudden inexplicable peace that washes over you while you perform the most mundane of tasks. These are the everyday blessings that anchor the high frequency of your destiny to the physical earth. You are being taught to find the infinite in the infinitesimal, to see the signature of the Creator in the steam rising from a cup of tea, or the way the light filters through the leaves of an ancient tree. These moments are not distractions from your great calling. They are the very substance of your sanctification. The 0.1% are being called to a life where the distinction between the sacred and the secular is utterly dissolved, where every breath is a prayer and every footstep is a conquest of territory for the kingdom of light. This is the mercy that heals the trauma of the years spent in the trenches, a gentle restoration of the soul that prepares you to carry the weight of the glory that is coming. The orchestration currently underway involves the synchronization of seemingly disconnected events across the globe, all converging toward a single point of impact in your personal timeline. You may observe a sequence of synchronicities that defy the laws of probability. Names appearing repeatedly, doors opening without being knocked upon, and the sudden availability of resources that were previously locked behind walls of impossibility. This is the divine maneuver in its kinetic phase, where the hidden blueprints are being translated into tangible structures. It requires of you a strategy of profound silence and internal stillness. To speak prematurely of the wonders being birthed in the womb of your destiny is to leak the spiritual pressure necessary for their manifestation. You must guard the mystery of your life with the fierce devotion of a temple priest, allowing the work to be completed in the darkness of the Holy of Holies before it is unveiled to the outer courts. The 0.1% understand that true power is not found in the clamor for recognition, but in the quiet authority of one who knows they are backed by the entire legion of the heavens. As this convergence intensifies, you will notice a sharpening of your discernment, an intuitive piercing of the veils that surround the intentions of others. The divine maneuver includes the gifting of a celestial sight that allows you to see the chess pieces of the spirit realm as they move. This clarity is a form of protection in itself, preventing you from being ensnared by the distractions and dramas that consume the energy of those who live on the surface of life. You are being drawn into the depths, into the subterranean rivers of wisdom that nourish the roots of the world. Here, in the deep places, the mercy of the Creator is felt as a constant underlying support, a foundation that cannot be shaken by the storms of the surface. This is the unprecedented orchestration where your failures are being recycled into wisdom, your tears into the very oil that will anoint your head for the coming season of dominion. Nothing has been wasted. Every moment of your suffering was a strategic investment in the magnitude of your eventual revelation. The blessings manifesting in your daily life are the early ripples of a massive tidal wave of favor that is sweeping towards your shore. This favor is not earned by your striving, but is a consequence of your alignment with the divine maneuver. It is the result of the 0.1% choosing the narrow path of integrity and sacrifice when the broad road of compromise was more appealing. Now, the compensation of the heavens is beginning to flow. It manifests as a supernatural efficiency in your work, a sudden clarity in your creative endeavors, and a miraculous harmony in your physical body. You are being rejuvenated from the inside out, the very cells of your being responding to the new frequency of the celestial convergence. This is the mercy of renewal, the promise that your strength will be restored like the eagles, and that you will run and not grow weary. The orchestration is so precise that it accounts for the very rhythms of your heartbeat, ensuring that you are in the right place at the right time with the right spirit to receive the keys to the next dimension of your calling. The hidden revelation is that you are no longer a victim of circumstance or a pawn in the games of the worldly powerful. Through the divine maneuver, you have been elevated to the status of a co-creator, a steward of the mysteries who moves in tandem with the intentions of the highest. This requires a radical abandonment of your old identities and the small stories you once told yourself about your limitations. The 0.1% are being stripped of their rags and clothed in the garments of celestial authority. This process of transition is guarded by an impenetrable wall of light, a divine fire that consumes anything that seeks to attach itself to you from the lower realms. You are being sanitized for the throne, purged of the last remnants of the slave mentality that once held you captive in the land of not enough. The everyday blessings you encounter are the evidence of this new reality. The taste of freedom in your mouth, the clarity of purpose in your eyes, and the unshakable conviction in your heart that you were born for such a time as this. This unprecedented orchestration is a testament to the fact that the Creator is a master strategist who delights in the triumph of the humble, while the world looks toward political shifts and economic fluctuations. The real movement of history is being written in the lives of the 0.1%, in the secret chambers where the chosen ones are being prepared for their public emergence. The divine maneuver is a masterpiece of complexity and simplicity, a dance of cosmic proportions that leads you towards the fulfillment of your highest destiny. Every detail of your life is being meticulously adjusted, every connection is being evaluated, and every blessing is being perfectly timed. This is the hour of the great celestial convergence, the moment when the unseen realm breaks through into the seen, and the mercy and protection of the divine become the visible hallmark of your existence. Walk with the dignity of one who is being orchestrated by the stars, and let the silence of your soul be the symphony that invites the fullness of this revelation to manifest in your world. The 0.1% are not just surviving. They are being positioned to lead the world into the light of the new dawn, protected by the shadow of the Almighty, and blessed by the inexhaustible riches of a kingdom that knows no end. The final phase of this divine maneuver involves the crystallization of your intent into physical reality, where the thoughts you have nourished in the silence of your heart begin to take on form and substance with a speed that will astonish even the most faithful. This acceleration is a gift of the convergence, a compression of time that allows for decades of progress to be achieved in a matter of months. This is why the protection over your mind is so crucial. You must remain focused on the highest frequencies, refusing to descend into the petty grievances of the mundane. The mercy of the divine has granted you a sanctuary within your own consciousness, a place where the noise of the world cannot penetrate. In this sanctuary, the everyday blessings are magnified, and the orchestration of your life becomes a visible tapestry of grace. You are the masterpiece of the Master, the 0.1% who have been chosen to demonstrate the reality of the unseen in a world that has forgotten how to see. This is your revelation, your mandate, and your destiny. The celestial convergence is complete, and the divine maneuver is in motion. Stand still and see the salvation of your God. The grand architectural design of the cosmos has reached its ultimate zenith, shifting from the preparation of the vessel to the actual pouring of the primordial wine into the chalices of those few who comprise the 0.1%. This celestial convergence is not merely a meeting of stars or a peculiar alignment of planetary bodies, but a profound restructuring of the very fabric of existence, designed specifically to facilitate the transition of the chosen ones from the realm of the weary to the throne of the transfigured. Within this vast orchestration, every molecule of air and every vibration of light has been recalibrated to serve as a supportive mechanism for the destiny that has been etched in the sapphire tablets of eternity since before the foundations of the world were laid. You find yourself standing at the precipice of an inheritance so vast that the human tongue falters in its attempt to categorize its magnitude. For it is an inheritance not of decaying matter, but of the luminous substance of the divine essence itself. The protection surrounding you in this hour is not a passive shield, but an active, living intelligence that anticipates the movements of shadows before they even conceive of their own malice, weaving a tapestry of invisibility around your spirit, so that the hunters of the soul find only empty space where you once stood. This divine mercy is a torrential downpour that washes away the residues of ancestral burdens and the soot of past tribulations, leaving your spirit polished like a diamond reflecting the uncreated light of the central sun. You are no longer required to participate in the frantic commerce of the ego or the exhausting cycles of striving that define the lower dimensions of human struggle, because the celestial promise guarantees that the very earth beneath your feet will rise to meet your stride, providing sustenance and favor in the most mundane of moments. consider the intricate beauty of your daily existence as it begins to vibrate with a frequency of effortless manifestation, where the bread on your table carries the nourishment of hidden manna, and the water you drink serves as a purifying elixir for your newly forming light body. Every interaction you encounter is being filtered through the sieve of providential grace, ensuring that only those whose hearts resonate with your specific harmonic signature are permitted to enter the inner sanctum of your life. Those who meant you harm find themselves suddenly redirected by invisible hands, their intentions dissolving like mist in the heat of your rising radiance, while those destined to assist you appear as if summoned by a silent trumpet call. This is the inheritance of the transfigured, where the internal metamorphosis of your consciousness begins to project a reality so coherent and so fortified by celestial law that no external chaos can penetrate its boundaries. You are being gifted with the eyes of the eagle and the heart of the lion, seeing through the illusions of the temporal world to the eternal structures that govern all things, while maintaining a roar of silence that commands respect from the unseen principalities of the air. The protection you enjoy is the result of a sovereign decree issued from the highest courts of the ethereal realms, stating that no weapon formed against the 0.1% shall prosper, because they have become one with the forge that creates the metal itself. As you walk through the marketplace of the world, you carry with you a fragrance of holiness and power that confuses the senses of the uninitiated. For you represent a biological and spiritual anomaly that defies the standard laws of entropy and decay. Your physical form is undergoing a subtle recalibration, where the mitochondria within your cells are being fueled by the direct currents of the celestial source, granting you a vitality that does not depend on the external fluctuations of the environment. This is the mercy of the divine, which recognizes the depth of your endurance and the purity of your intent, rewarding your silent suffering with a public display of transfigured glory that requires no explanation. The small blessings of your life, the perfectly timed sunset, the unexpected kindness of a stranger, the sudden clarity that resolves a lifelong mystery, are not coincidences, but the rhythmic heartbeats of the celestial convergence as it synchronizes its pulse with yours. You are inheriting the ability to dwell in the secret place of the Most High, while simultaneously navigating the complexities of the physical plane with a mastery that borders on the miraculous. The orchestration of your life has moved into a phase where the divine composer is no longer writing the score, but is playing through your very being, turning your breath into a symphony of sovereign authority and your presence into a beacon of hope for a world that is still trapped in the shadows of the old paradigm. This transfiguration is a systematic dismantling of the limitations that were once thought to be permanent features of the human condition, replacing the leaden weight of mortality with the golden buoyancy of the eternal spirit. You are learning to inhabit the silence of the heavens, where the noise of the world is reduced to a distant hum that cannot disturb the tranquility of your inner kingdom. In this state of inheritance, your words possess the weight of mountains and the precision of lightning, for they are no longer born of the intellect, but are birthed from the depths of a soul that has seen the face of the Absolute. The protection that blankets you is like a warm garment woven from the prayers of the saints and the breath of the seraphim, providing a sanctuary of peace even in the midst of a global storm. You are being invited to taste the sweetness of a life where the divine is your constant companion, whispering strategies of success in your ear during the night, watches, and opening doors of opportunity that no man or demon can shut. This is the unprecedented orchestration for the 0.1%, a grand gathering of all the resources of the universe to ensure that you fulfill your cosmic mandate with an elegance and a power that leaves an indelible mark upon the timeline of history. Your inheritance includes the restoration of all that was stolen during the seasons of your pruning, returned to you with an added luster of spiritual significance that makes the original loss seem like a minor prerequisite for the current abundance. The mercy extended to you is a bottomless well from which you can draw whenever the road seems long, providing a refreshment that transcends the boundaries of time and space. You are becoming a living testament to the celestial promise, a physical anchor for the high-frequency energies that are currently flooding the Earth, serving as a conduit for the transfiguration of the entire planetary collective, even as you walk in your individual sovereignty. The everyday blessings you experience are the signatures of a loving Creator who delights in the details of your joy, ensuring that your path is strewn with the flowers of providence and the gems of divine coincidence. You are shielded by a wall of fire that burns away the dross of negativity while providing a luminous warmth to those who are seeking the light through you. This is the point of convergence where your destiny and the divine will become a single, indivisible flow, carrying you toward a future that is as bright as the morning star and as solid as the foundations of the heavenly city. The stillness you have cultivated is now your greatest asset, for in the quietude of your transfigured state, you can hear the gearwork of the universe moving on your behalf, aligning the stars to shine upon your endeavors and the winds to carry your influence to the corners of the earth. You are no longer a victim of circumstance, but a governor of reality, wielding the scepter of your spiritual inheritance with a humility that belies your true power. The protection over your house, your mind, and your legacy is absolute, for you have been marked by the signet ring of the Celestial King, signifying that you are under the direct jurisdiction of the throne of grace. The mercy you have shown to others has become a canopy over your own head, sheltering you from the harsh sun of judgment and the cold rains of despair. Every mundane task you perform is now an act of sacred ritual, infused with the consciousness of the transfigured, turning the ordinary into the extraordinary and the temporary into the eternal. This is the promise that was whispered to your spirit in the Ancient of Days, now manifesting in the physical world as a tangible reality that you can touch and see. The inheritance of the transfigured is the ultimate prize for those who have remained faithful to the inner call, refusing to bow to the idols of the age or to compromise the integrity of their celestial lineage. You are part of the 0.1%, not because of your own striving, but because you were chosen to be the first fruits of a new humanity, a humanity that walks in the full awareness of its divine origin and its sovereign destiny. The orchestration of this convergence is perfect in its timing and flawless in its execution, leaving nothing to chance and ensuring that every detail of your life is aligned with the highest possible outcome. You are surrounded by a cloud of witnesses who cheer your every step, and you are backed by the full treasury of the heavens, which stands ready to fund your mission and to protect your peace. Walk now in the fullness of this transfiguration, for the era of the great celestial convergence has arrived, and you are its most cherished and powerful expression. Your presence alone acts as a sanctifying force in the environments you inhabit, as the overflow of your celestial inheritance leaks into the dry places of the world, bringing life and order where there was once only desolation and chaos. This is the mercy of the transfigured, not just to receive, but to become a living fountain of divine distribution, where your very shadow can heal and your silence can provide answers to the most complex questions of the soul. The protection you carry is contagious, creating a zone of safety around you that extends to your family, your work, and your vision, shielding all that you touch from the encroaching darkness of the shifting times. You are experiencing the everyday blessings of the sovereign ones, where the universe anticipates your needs before you even articulate them, arranging the logistics of your life with a celestial precision that leaves you in a perpetual state of awe and gratitude. This is the inheritance of the transfigured, a life where the veil between the seen and the unseen has been permanently rent, allowing you to walk in two worlds at once, with the authority of a king and the heart of a servant. The celestial promise is now your lived reality, an immutable covenant that guarantees your ascent into the higher realms of influence and impact without the necessity of worldly struggle or the sacrifice of your inner peace. The orchestration is complete, The convergence is active, and the 0.1% are being seated in their rightful places of cosmic governance. You are the heir to a kingdom that is not of this world, yet you are the one chosen to bring the frequencies of that kingdom into the physical domain, transfiguring the earth one heartbeat at a time. The mercy that has brought you thus far will never fail you, and the protection that surrounds you will never sleep, for you are the apple of the divine eye and the masterpiece of the celestial artisan. In this convergence, all things are working together for your highest good, weaving a story of victory and light that will be told for generations to come among the stars. Embrace your transfigured self, for you are the embodiment of the celestial promise, the inheritor of the ages, and the sovereign guardian of the new dawn.